he just had a good fortune, you know, to get in, and straight away he had one of the top cars, and I didn't have quite that situation. But it doesn't matter in Formula 1. If you deserve it, sooner or later you'll get there. Some take longer, some take less time.
I didn't expect him to be beating Fernando so early on in the season. You know, I think he's handling the media pressure very well, and no, he's got his feet on the ground still.
He's demonstrating that really good drivers can come into Formula 1 and that they don't need a lot of kilometers to perform well.
Personally, I expected him to be strong, but not as strong as he has shown, and this is good for everyone.
You need to wait, let his career develop, and at the end look back on how many wins, how many championships, and that sort of thing, which I'm sure he'll have.
Now, Mark, I'm sure there are young drivers along the pit lane who feel that if they were given the same opportunity as Lewis in a state-of-the-art McLaren alongside the world champion, they'd achieve just as much. Any truth in that?
I don't think there is any truth in that, Steve. I think Lewis Hamilton is a unique driver. Drivers who only come along every now and again, and in my view, I think he would be a world champion of the future.
And he's making the absolute maximum of a wonderful opportunity. In a couple of minutes' time, we'll take a look at Lewis Hamilton's route into Formula 1. It's taken 12 years of hard graft and total self-belief for Lewis Hamilton to become an overnight sensation. We're in Montreal ahead of this weekend's Canadian Grand Prix, and qualifying for this 6th round of the Formula 1 World Championship will be underway at 5:30 on ITV4. But we're taking time to reflect on the extraordinary progress that Britain's Lewis Hamilton has made in his rookie season. But his journey into Formula 1 itself is also set to become the stuff of sporting legend. It began as it began for his great hero Ayrton Senna in karts. A lad in the yellow helmet had his career mapped out shortly after winning his first big title, age 10.
Hopefully I'll get into Formula 1. I've got Ron Dennis's phone number. I can find him in 9 years, and I'll get to find him. And he might give me a free drive in McLaren.
The McLaren Autosport Awards were the perfect opportunity to make the approach. But before the support of Ron Dennis had come the long-term sacrifice and belief of his father, Anthony.
All the possibilities are there. He certainly has the ability. It depends whether he keeps himself on track.
He'd been the class of Europe in karts. In single-seaters, the progress continued. He was Formula Renault champion in 2003, and with McLaren guiding his development, the master plan was still intact.
Every racing driver's ambition is to be a world Formula 1 champion in the future, and so that's basically what's keeping me going.
European Formula 3 brought him alongside others with similar dreams and ability that could take them to the top as well. He matched the opposition in 2004 and then beat them to take the title in 2005. Everyone knew the ultimate prize was close. But next came GP2, the established entry into Formula 1, and this was where Hamilton proved himself as both a champion and a racer. Brilliant drives at Silverstone and Turkey, and McLaren took what was seen to be the gamble to put him in the race team with Alonso for 2007. But it was a gamble based on over a decade of convincing evidence.
You spend so long just building up to this moment, and it's quite a surreal feeling. And you know, but I'm enjoying it. I love it. I'm looking forward to the future. All of a sudden, Lewis has got an opportunity that we never expected to make a career in motorsport. And even at that time, we never thought he'd become a Formula 1 driver. We just knew that there was this nice guy, Ron Dennis, who said, look, I'll look after Lewis and help him through school and everything else. And so we just wanted to take advantage of that and make sure that he stayed on the straight and narrow, because it's all too easy to become big-headed, I think, when you've been given an opportunity like that, and for your feet to leave the ground, and before you know it, you've lost the opportunity, you've wasted a potential career. He likes to win. Doesn't mind losing now because he's learnt to lose, but you know, winning is his sole objective.
Martin, Ron Dennis and McLaren deserve a lot of credit for spotting the talent and nurturing the talent. But at Monaco 2 weeks ago, it was McLaren team tactic that seemed to some to prevent Lewis going for a victory. How do you see Lewis's relationship within the team evolving now?
It's going to be very difficult. He's got to move somehow from the ever-grateful protege into a fully fledged Grand Prix driver with a chance of taking the World Championship. He's going to have to fight his corner, and at some point that relationship between Lewis and his father and Ron Dennis and Martin Whitmarsh is going to have to change.
Well, give us an idea of how he fights out on the track. Give us an idea of exactly what makes Lewis so quick.
Even back at the Australian Grand Prix, his first qualifying session, Lewis Hamilton was fully on top of the McLaren Mercedes-Benz. Let's take a look at that lap, 190 miles an hour down into turn 1. So early back on the throttle, he is very confident with the car. Also, he's super economical with his movement of the steering wheel. Watch this, despite 5 downshifts into turn 3, he really just sweeps one way with the steering wheel, then the other for the direction change. He doesn't feel the need, as so many new drivers do, to keep correcting the car, turning in too early, second-guessing the amount of slide. Once again, very early on the throttle and incredible power out of the corner. This is towards the chicane of turns 9 and 10. Always a bit of a difficult corner on the bumps, the back end dancing around, and again he's carrying good speed. Now this next section shows you the incredible car control that Lewis Hamilton has. We're approaching at 180 miles an hour, stamps on the throttle, the back slides out, and he corrects it, but he keeps critically forward momentum, and that's a special talent. He can control the car while the front and back is sliding, using throttle and steering input to keep the car where he needs it. Towards the end of the lap now, notice he's not locked the brakes, no smoking of the tyres, despite this being his first ever qualifying attempt. Through the tricky final corner and over the line, Hamilton dials into Formula 1 so quickly.
To have had in only my first 5 Grand Prix ever, to have 5 podiums is a fantastic achievement, not only by me but also the team. Coming here, I've got the same car, I've got a great bunch of mechanics, I've got the same opportunity, and I think going into qualifying we will have exactly the same opportunity this time.
Yeah, how is it looking going into qualifying and the race? How's the car looking?
I think we made some good steps forward today. I have to say it's an extremely tough circuit. It's heavy braking, slowly building up to the pace. There's quite a lot of walls that you can easily hit, and it's very, very slippery. The grip level is not very good, to be honest, at the moment, and I'm sure it'll get better. But I think I made some very good steps forward today, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I've got more and more to learn, and I'm sure we'll improve our pace.
Fernando seems much happier in the car than he did maybe at the beginning of the season. Do you think he's getting a bit tougher to beat now?
Of course, he's a 2-time world champion. He's always been extremely tough to beat, and he does feel. I'm sure he feels a little bit more comfortable. Here he knows all the circuits, which is definitely a boost of confidence. Coming here, I don't know the circuits, so I've got a lot to learn. But no, I'm happy as well, so it's good.
And the rest of the season, what are the aims and hopes now?
Aims are to continue with the sort of scoring points. That's got to be the main aim, because I think in this championship the top 3 teams are so close that it's going to be down to who's the most consistent, and so consistency I have to work on.